Hey guys, welcome to another video here with me, Arne Schmidt. We're playing RAKDOS AGGRO, which is an archetype that I wasn't really aware of. I knew there was mono red that was splashing for black with like Razorlash Transmogrant and go for the throat to kill bigger creatures. But I was not aware of RAKDOS AGGRO being a thing, and it is a thing. Because this deck just made 6 wins, I believe, in day 2 of the arena qualifier. I'm saying it's already 2 weeks ago. It was in the same weekend as Naples when I played Esper Legends in that tournament. And yeah, I played against this deck on ladder. And then the player who built it actually came into my chat and was telling me about it. And yeah, so what are we doing here? We're pretty much a mono black deck with a slight splash of red. And yeah, the red cards are truly incredible. We have Kumano, which is perhaps the best 1-drop creature, although it is not really a creature, but yeah, the best 1-drop creature, let's just call it that way, in standard. Yeah, just dealing a damage and then pumping your creature and then coming in with haste and also static ability. So good for all just 1 mana. That is an incredible rate on this card, of course. Bloodtithe Harvester, I mean, don't have to explain that card. Phenomenal, flexible 2-drop, aggressively slanted with free power, and then also the ability to kill opposing creatures when need be. And Fable of the Mirror Break. I mean, don't have to explain that card, pretty simple. And then we're adding these red cards with the black aggressive creatures, which we have Razorlash Transmogrant and Tenacious Underdog, which is super annoying against Grixis, right? Come back from the graveyard as long as they don't have Corpse Appraiser. And then Transmogrant you can just return and then be good against Corpse Appraiser anyways. Underdog is going to lay in your graveyard, so it's a bit weaker to Corpse Appraiser, right? As soon as it's in your graveyard, you never get it out again. But the Transmogrant is pretty great there. Trespasser, just a fantastic threat, right? Free ward, good against removal, drains them, flips into a 4/4, drains them even more. And then the really spicy 4 here, Archfiend of the Dross. 4 mana 6/6, comes in with 4 oil counters. Whenever a creature of the opponent dies, they lose 2 life, any creature, not just non-token, any creature. And beginning of your upkeep, you remove an oil counter, and if you don't have oil counters left on this thing, it dies. No, not it dies. You just lose the game. That's a bit worse than it dies. But the risk, as far as I can tell, is worth the reward. Because as this thing just sticking for 3 turns will end the game. It's a 6/6 flyer. I mean, your opponent chump blocking with 1/1 flyers, which aren't really around these days. But even if they would have those, they would still lose 2 life. And then all the other creatures are attacking, and they have to block or do something, and then they always lose 2 life. So this thing is just, if it sticks, it's gonna kill you. Of course, there are weaknesses to this thing. Wandering Emperor -2, just exiling it cleanly. The white decks, right? They have good answers to this card. Or go for the throat also deals with it. But yeah, you're overloading on threats, and then you drop this, and against anybody who doesn't have go for the throat or lay down arms at the ready, this is just going to deal them a ton of damage. We are accompanying our creature base with cut down and go for the throat. Yeah, free split here. Have some cheap removal, that's always good. And then for Invoke Despair, more mid-range card, not really an aggro card, but then on the other hand, this also deals just damage to the face. So why not play it in a mid-range, in an aggro shell too, right? And it gives this deck really quite a good late game for being an aggressive deck, right? It has the Fable, it has these guys that it can return, and it has Invoke Despair in the late game, Bloodtithe to cycle away lands, just so much late game velocity, which I really like about this deck. Mana base, we're looking at 24 lands, going a little bit lower there. I mean, I can see it. We have 5 5/drops. It's a bit greedy, I would say, like 5 5/drops. I usually like to play like 25 lands at least. But I guess you have Fable and you're not really using lands that well otherwise. Might be doable. Mana base, we're looking at 2, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16 red sources. I mean, we really want to make sure that you can cast Kumano early on. And then only 2 non-black lands in the deck to help cast Invoke, of course, playing 22 Invoke sources. Yeah, not a big fan of Xander's Launch, I gotta say, especially not in an aggressive deck. I can see that you don't want this to be a mountain, but I think I'd rather play another swamp, because the mountain, yeah, doesn't cast Invoke Despair, and it doesn't help you casting Kumano on turn 1 either. So Xander's Launch is just not the red land that you want. Yeah, I rather have all the other red lands. which is untapped red sources, that especially Kumano, so really not a big fan of that. I'm just gonna make that one change though, just add a swamp. 15 red sources, still plenty for those 12 cards. Sideboard, we're looking at lilies. Yeah, reasonable planeswalker against creatures, against decks that just play one creature at a time. Furnace Punisher, really strong card against certain decks. Esper Legends, I mean Grixis is a very low basic count as well. I played against Mono Red and Naples, and they had 4 Punisher in the main deck over Squee, and I think that was a great tech. They also made top 32, so they qualified for the Pro Tour. Really good tech in the Mono Red to play 4 Punisher main. And yeah, I mean, I could even see playing 4 Punisher in this deck main. Why not? Just play it over the Trespasser, make a meta call. It's so good right now. Love the 4 in the sideboard. 2 Ob Nixilis gives you a different angle of attack against Farewell decks, against white decks that don't try to 1-for-1 your planeswalkers or what have you. This really comes in. We have Duress, great black sideboard card. Parasitic Grasp for the red aggressive deck, and then 2 Sheoldred also for the red aggressive deck. That's sort of the red hate. Yeah, I mean, this deck looks fantastic. The list looks really good. Really caught me off guard, because I think this might just be a tier 1 deck, which just came out of the blue late in the standard format after Naples and everything happened. So if you're playing the American Regional Championship, you should perhaps look into this deck. Yeah, I think it's a real deal. It's a really strong deck. It might just be the best aggressive deck in the format. Although, of course, there's competition. We have Esper Legends, and Mono Red ain't too bad either. Toxic has its advantages as well. So yeah, I really got to see how this plays against Grixis. And that was my thought when I saw this deck. Okay, this looks cool, but how is it against Grixis? And the player who built it, Answer Brew, I think is his name, or their name, told me in chat that they went like 15-1 against Grixis. So that's a pretty good stat. Yeah, in any case, that was a long intro again. I mean, 7 minutes, I guess it's fine. Yeah, let's get into the games, shall we? Let's go. Okie dokie, we are on the draw. No 2-drop, but Kumano on turn 1. It's really annoying to not have a 2-drop right with Kumano. It always feels awkward. But yeah, we gotta make do. I guess I could wait with Kumano, but Kakkazan on turn 2. Really want that haster though. Alright, looks like we're getting paired against Grixis right away. So that's gonna be an interesting matchup. The top deck in the format. Another Kumano. Alright. Let's play that, I guess. Pass the turn. Archfiend of the Dross. We're really curious to see how that one plays. No Fable. Good for us. And staying back with the Harvester. Really preserving life total. Alright, let's get in there with our 2-2 before we do anything else. The Harvester will be exiled even. So Corpse Appraiser won't have any value here. Yep. And then we either play Trespasser, get that counter, make it a 4-4. Or we go ahead and Fable. Fable. I really like having a 4-4 Trespasser. It seems kind of tough for my opponent to deal with. They kind of have to use a Go for the Throat. Or have a Make Disappear here, to be fair. That always does the trick. Don't need to exile anything from my graveyard. Pass the turn. They have a Go for the Throat? Yeah, love it. That's a straight up 2-for-1 right there. Negate in the bin. Alright. Well, that makes my demon less likely to die. Right. They already used up a Go for the Throat, but I gotta be careful to not run my demon into Invoke Despair, of course. Put up my mic a little bit more. Better sound quality for you guys. Alright, they had the Appraiser after all. Cut down in the bin. Interesting. Draw my own cut down. Do I want to deploy this Archfiend? If they have literally cut down into Invoke, I'm gonna be punished like crazy, but that's 3 cards in total, so that's kind of unlikely. Yeah, I think I'll just play the Fable. Sorry, the demon. I don't see a huge risk in doing so. Sheoldred. It's a bit annoying here, I guess. Let's see what the demon does for us. They discard a Fable. Well, discarding the best card in the format. Always a nice sight. They do have Sheoldred. Now they could win the race, which is a bit annoying. I want to find a go for the throat. Well, we'll attack for 6. We'll play Fable. Lose 1, go to 14. And then go to 14, I guess, because this Harvester I want to have deployed as well. Alright, alright, alright. Is Etching of Kumano is a bit of a non-bow. If a creature deals damage this turn by a source you control would die, exile it instead. So those two are a little bit of a non-bow, if I see this correctly. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, it can lose 2 life. That's unfortunate. We could minus on the Sheoldred and then cut down. I sack the Kumano. And then sack the enchantment. Yeah. Okay, okay. This is another counter. Not great, not great. Yeah, I will have to do that, I believe. Kill this. Cut down. They lose 2. Play Trespasser. Exile the Sheoldred. Lose another 1. Attack for 6. Put him to 5. I mean, Grixis does not have flying blockers. So they have to kill this. Oh, they just die. Yeah. Okay, that was a pretty good showing of the Archfiend. They used to go for the throat for the Trespasser. And then Archfiend just dealt 18 damage. No big deal. Okay, we're playing against Grixis. Cut down, not that great. Lily, Furnace, and Ob Nixilis seem reasonable to me. Not sure I want Ob Nixilis on the draw. Lily seems fine. Maybe I just want the Punisher though. You know, I only have 3 slots to give really right now. I could cut the Trespasser, but I kind of like that card, honestly. It's pretty good in that last game. Don't really want to cut a go for the throat because Sheoldred seems very important. The Archfiend, I mean, it is kind of clunky and bad against go for the throat, right? Just do it like this. Don't mess around with the Planeswalkers too much. I could play Duress. I mean, Duress is a pretty nice card, not gonna lie. Cut an Invoke for like a Duress, cut an Archfiend for a Duress. Something like this. Not super sure. Ants, if you're going to watch this video, you can yeah, give me your insights on how you sideboard against Grixis. I'd be curious, and I'm sure many others would be as well in the comment section. Yeah, I mean, Bloodtithe has that blood token, so I can cycle away one of these lands. I think I'm fine keeping this hand. It's a nice thing about Bloodtithe and Fable, that you can keep hands that are land heavy. Kumano on turn 2. I think I really want to get the Harvester out here. Although it could run into a cut down theoretically. They don't have it. But it's just so much better if they have a Fable here, then I can answer the Fable Goblin, and that's like one way to easily lose this game is if I play Kumano there, they play Fable, I don't have an answer for the Fable right away. They just like kill my Harvester when I play it on turn 3, attack with the Goblin, make me a mana, play a Corpse Appraiser, you know the thing. That's a lot of lands. Yikes. Yeah, I'll just kill the Harvester, I guess. And then I start cycling some of these lands. Ugh. Gosh. Magic the Gathering. Recently I played a different card game. Better Spirit Saga. I'm gonna attend the event in London. There's like a pre-release thingy. A friend of mine, like mostly I'm just there because my friend goes and I just want to see him. We haven't been on a trip together in a long time, but yeah, there you can't flood as easily, I guess, in that game, which is a different thing. Magic, going back to Magic now, it's just like we're flooding again. Great. Just some of these non-games. I mean, it happens rarely, right? But it does happen, and yeah, you're like, cool. Next one, I guess. It's very difficult to design a game that is balanced in every single way, right? It's just the variance built into Magic is what we love about it too, right? So, come on, attack me. No? Yeah, I'm slamming the Invoke. I cannot play around counter Magic here. I'm already behind. I wish I could, but I can't. I have to slam. Which makes things easy. Simple. They accrue and sack the free, so I won't have good attacks, but at least my Invoke seems to be resolving. And they can't activate Bankbuster, to be fair. So this is... yeah, well, maybe we're making a comeback here. Yeah, this is kind of good. Just when I look at this deck, it doesn't seem to line up great against Grixis, theoretically. I mean, Transmogrant does heavy lifting, I suppose. The sideboard could theoretically use like the 4th cut down and also the 4th to go for the throat. I kind of like those right now. I played 4 and 4 in my Esper Legends 75. Just, especially against Esper Legends, having the full playset of Go for the Throat is good. Also, Obliterating Bolt is a good card in that matchup if you're looking for something. Yeah, they're just slamming the... oh, nice draw. This is so risky against... I guess Invoke they can sack the Bankbuster. Oh, fine. Alright, fine. Well, I was lucky here. I drew my Go for the Throat. Kill that. And then the crew, of course. So we don't have good attacks again. So we'll just play Kumano, cycle the Xander's Lounge. Pass the turn. Braid. A Braid is a very good red card. We're not playing any of in the 75. Yeah. Because you just fly over Bankbuster with the demon. No plays. That makes me happy. Another underdog. Cool. Let's blitz the first one. Oh, wait a minute. How do we want to actually do this? I guess we want to have the first one not be blitzed, so it's a 4-3, and then the second one blitzed. Underdog is such a good Magic card. It's kind of surprising that it doesn't see much play lately. Really just a bit vanilla against, yeah, Grixis, right? They just cut down and then Corpse Appraiser, so that makes it poor, but that blitz, it's so good in the late game. Multiple cut down, yeah. Play my Cliffs, pass the turn, draw a card. So now they're stuck on mana, and we have this underdog card draw engine. Pretty good. And we have the 2/2 coming here as well. Alright, that's annoying. Ba ba ba. Do I just throw everything at them? Probably at this point. Just all out swing. They can block like the 2/2, take 8. Yeah. Yeah, Corpse Appraiser seems like so important from Grixis. It seems to be the best card out of their deck in this matchup. I mean, with Sheoldred, but Sheoldred can be dealt with. The Corpse Appraiser has that ETB effect. Alright, that was pretty good. Parasitic Grasp, not bad. Let's play Trespasser. But yeah, if they don't draw a Corpse Appraiser, these underdogs are gonna do real work. Look at this. We have like so many lands, 2 underdogs in the grave. We're on a high life total, so we can use those more. That Parasitic Grasp was huge. Oh yeah, that's pretty disgusting. Now I'm gonna go low on life, and they have a 5 power lifelink, a threat. Ouch. Yeah, this was a really fantastic swing in their favor. Wow. Alright. I can underdog and then play both my cards in hand. That's pretty good. So I go to 8. I stay back with the 1/1. I can double block. Table, go to 10. Go to 9. 9 to 9. Alright. Close game. I flooded out pretty heavily in the early game, but then I drew some spells and had underdog to use my mana on in the late game, which is really nice. Yeah, it shows you the power of this deck, right? It has these really good late game cards. We still have Invokes in our deck. We have Fable we can draw into. A lot of good cards. At this point, yeah, you can't really attack. 4 and 4, I could attack everybody. Block Trespasser, go to 8, take 7, go to 1. Probably just cycling this Duress before I do anything, honestly. Don't think Duress is gonna hit anything here. Alright. So I could just 6, 8. Put them to 1. I go to 6 life in the end. They might be very close to just killing me. I probably should. I wonder, like, I should probably just pass and then, like, don't do nothing but play my Punisher, of course. But then the question is, do I get an underdog back and swing anyways? Or swing with, like, underdog and Trespasser? That's probably not a good idea. Lose my Trespasser, I go to 8, and I go to 5, then I go to 3 with this. But I lose the Trespasser? That doesn't make sense, right? Then the question is, do I just want to lose 2 life to draw a card? Go to 7. I think that's fine. My blocker here. I think that's actually fine, yeah. Alright, let's do that. They have to kind of block, maybe, I don't know. But, yeah. It's pretty obvious that I don't have nothing, yeah. Now we also get to draw the card before the end step, which means we can play it here. It's like whatever, an Invoke or something. It's another Punisher. That adds up. Alright. Pretty good. They attack. Yeah. Archfiend. Go to 5. Yeah, I'm not gonna win this game. Grixis did the Grixis thing, ultimately, killing my stuff, having some card advantage, and then pulling me down to 5 in life. I guess I dealt myself a lot of this damage. Sheoldred to stabilize. I mean, if I don't have a removal for Sheoldred, I lose. So this deck probably doesn't even want Duress post-board, because the most important card in this matchup is Sheoldred. So you just want all the removal you can get for Sheoldred. Bankbuster was surprisingly good too, as like a blocker with the other creatures. I couldn't get through the Bankbuster. Something like Infernal Grasp might even be reasonable, I don't know. To have something that kills both Sheoldred and Bankbuster. Yeah, now they're gaining infinite life. Well, I'm getting dealt two per turn. Have to draw a Go for the Throat here. Very likely that I'm losing this one. Alright. This almost deals me damage as well. I mean, I have 2 basics, but you have a lot of basics in this deck, to be fair. You have 9 basics. But might come up that does deal you damage as well, which if you're playing against Esper Legends, I mean, they're literally is a racing situation at sometimes, so that's not great. Okay, go for the Throat or bust. Bust. I'm done here. I am not surviving the attack. Like, I could stay back, but then how am I ever winning this game? Yeah, GG. Okay, next one. Yeah, so I'm kind of low on answers to... Maybe I have to bring in the Ob Nixilis on the play? Seems like my opponent sitting on all their spot removal might just lose to that card. Ob Nixilis is just annoying because the Grixis deck does have attackers. It can play Fable, it can Bankbuster attack and all that. Tricky. Tricky. I don't like the Duress, I must say. Yeah, I really want the 4th cut down, the 4th Go for the Throat for a deck like this. That would be an immediate improvement I would make. And I think it would be a clear improvement. Just Sheoldred being such an incredible card, and you only have 3 answers to it in your 75, clean answers, that's just not enough. Punisher. I mean, ultimately this thing just dies to a lot of removal. Trades pretty poorly against a Braid, Parasitic Grasp, Go for the Throat, everything kills it. Then you just want to overload the opponent, I guess, on your stuff. Yeah, alright, try a 4th Invoke, play only 3 Punisher. Trespasser at least has the upside of being good against all the spot removal. Bad against Brotherhood's End, but I mean everything's bad against Brotherhood's End. No, not everything. Like either Punisher or Trespasser if you compare the two. They both have ups and downsides, that's for sure. It's hard to evaluate like which one is exactly better. Trespasser can just be blocked by a Harvester, and the other one, Punisher, has Menace, so hard to say really. Missing the 3rd land on the play. No, I think this is too greedy to keep. Alright, going down to 5, I guess. Okay. What are we doing here? Maybe this? Good draw. It's pretty bad against Corpse Appraiser, but what isn't, I guess? And it has the upside of Ob Nixilis maybe running away with it. But yeah, I must say, I looked at this deck, I was like, how's the Grixis matchup? Then the player who built this deck and played this deck a lot said, like, oh, the Grixis matchup is incredible. And now I'm like playing the Grixis matchup. Is it incredible? It really depends on what Grixis list they're running, I guess. If they're running the Grixis command stuff and like full-on cut downs, all Go for the Throats, it's obviously more difficult. But I think that's what the winner of Naples did, right? And I think it's just something that you should be doing these days, I think. I'm gonna ditch these 2, I believe. I want to hit that 4th land here to get the Transmogrant back immediately. Alright, let's attack with both. Hitting that 5th land, perfect. They block the Goblin, love it. Now we have an empty, well, not quite empty, they have a Bankbuster. But yeah, the unfortunate part here, I guess, is that if they have Corpse Appraiser, they can just not play their 4th land and play Corpse Appraiser, kill my guy, exile it forever. So a bit annoying. So I guess what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna play Razorlash from my hand, because I might get this back, but if they have Appraiser, I won't get it back. So I'd rather have a free one in play. I think I'll make 1/1/1 and then plus the other one. Play the Razorlash. Pretty good mulligan to 5. Turn to Razorlash. Turn 3 Fable. Turn 4 Ob Nixilis, double Razorlash. No, another Razorlash. Pretty good. They have the Swamp, so I can't get this back anyhow. Nothing. Good. Plus here. Plus again. I think I just attack both. I could leave this back to block, but I think the extra damage is quite vital here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they have like... Invoke Despair is not going to get them out of this, so they need, I guess, removal into... We'll see. I mean, they have Fable flipped now as well. And then they can start discarding cards into Ob Nixilis as well to survive. Alright. But if they play one more land here... Really lucky that they don't have Corpse Appraiser. That'd be a good one to... Get rid of the Transmogrant. Yeah, they just concede. Likely they did have some sort of invoke or whatever, but if they don't have that non-basic, like a basic, then I can just get this back, and it's too much. It's just too much. Okay, Ob Nixilis looked really good, so I probably made a mistake there. Should have just brought in Ob Nixilis right away. On the play, let's go. Okay, well, again missing that 3rd land, but this time we have double cut down. Which is a great, like, this hand would be really nice on the draw, especially against an aggressive opponent, or mono red or what have you. I'm gonna risk it, but really, if I get paired against a deck where there's no creatures early, this hand is a bit sad. A little bit of a gamble here. I really like open deck list formats where you can just, there's more decision to open deck list format, right? There's less gamble because I know what I'm paired against, so I can make a decision based on that and a mulligan based on, yeah, knowing what I get paired against. And here in the dark, it's a bit more of a gamble, let's say. Also makes proactive decks a lot better. Decks that are aggressive, just trying to curve out, that are linear or combo decks or what have you, that just do their own game plan. Those decks are a lot better on the ladder when there's no information on yeah, what your opponent or what you're playing. But then, yeah, on the other hand, the mid-range and control decks, they gain a lot in the open deck list format because they can literally mulligan hands that are like poor against certain decks, right? They see, oh, I'm getting paired against mono red. I'm not keeping this negate heavy hand. I'm mulliganing to removal. So that makes the aggressive decks worse. So ladder play, aggressive decks or linear game plan decks are better. Open deck list, control, mid-range get a bit better. All right, this matchup's got to be really tough. I talked with, again, the build of the deck was in my chat, and I talked with them in my Twitch chat, and they said that, yeah, mono white is like the toughest matchup, which I can see that. Yeah, no, this looks really rough because they kind of prey on a deck like this. We're playing one creature at a time. We get our card advantage out of things that come back from the graveyard and Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair, really embarrassing against white. They have so many little permanents, they usually can mitigate that effect, and then they have fantastic exiling removal to make all our recurring creatures look embarrassing. So this is going to be an uphill battle. I also love Restoration. I like that card. I don't know. I just like it. The 3/4 body lines up really well in this format. Being 4 toughness, vigilance, I don't know, so many free power things, all the Grixis cards. It just has to be killed. Every card in Grixis, like all the cards in Grixis can't get around this thing besides, I mean, Sheoldred, right? But Sheoldred, you have other stuff to do. So now I kill this, but then I still have Bankbuster to block with. This is rough. I probably just have to flip these. Yeah, I think that's my route to victory. Yeah, if I have a route to victory, the game is slipping away here. And if they have double spell, they can flip them back. With a grip of 5 cards, having double spell is not that difficult to achieve, I would guess. But yeah, I mean, if they literally have nothing, 4 lands in hand, then we can kill both their guys, attack for 9, exiling the Lauren. The werewolves don't flip if it's weird with them. It doesn't flip to night. If play cast at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes day next turn. So if I cast 2 spells in their turn, it doesn't become day. Yeah. Alright, they cast 1 spell. Now we just kill the Architect. And the Lauren. I mean, with an Invoke here off the top, and them having a weak hand, land, not great. Could get back into this, we'll see, we'll see. Yep. But I mean, in terms of making a metagame call, you can perhaps get away with a bad. You didn't want to activate the Bankbuster there? You would have gotten like 2 1/1s, right? And like a treasure. 2 treasures and a 1/1. Which then you could have used to do more things with. That was probably a punt by your opponent. That would have looked really good. Well, I'm not going to beat a Mondrak. Likely. 7 life. We can play 1 more turn, but this seems rather over. Yeah, no, in terms of making a metagame call, you can probably get away with a bad white matchup as long as your deck beats the other top decks, right? Okay. At this point... we could draw the demon, I guess. No demon. 28 life. Alright, I'm just gonna back it up. I could play further, I'm at 28, but this does not seem like a position I can ever win. They can also just keep on plussing on the demon with the Eternal Wanderer to freeze it in a way. Just comes back on my end step, so I can attack with it and can't block. Anyhow, okay, I guess we want Duress and Ob Nixilis. Yeah, and we don't want these cut downs. A lot of my cards are kind of meek. Archfiend is weak. These 2 drops are pretty weak, especially Razorlash is like, it doesn't come back from the graveyard in this matchup and just trades with like 1/1 token, so it's really bad. So just play another Go for the Throat for the Angels and stuff. I could hedge with Obliterating Bolt against Owl. Yeah, I made some changes to the deck. I cut the Lilies and I cut the Parasitic Grasps and added the 4th cut down, the 4th Go for the Throat, and 2 Obliterating Bolt. You know, you can bring them in against mono red anyways, so Grasp, sure, gains you 3 life, great, but you just having removal against mono red is usually enough, especially with a deck like this. Trespasser already gains you life, Archfiend is giant creature that they can never beat. So your mono red matchup, if you have Grasp or not, I think it should make a big difference. Like, it's going to be good. RAKDOS was always good against mono red. So yeah, I don't think you need the Grasp. That's why I made that change. And I think I want Obliterating Bolt for Esper Legends. It's one of the better cards in the matchup there. And you can bring it against, you know, Toxic, Exile. They're creatures that have a death trigger, or they're 4/4 for 3 mana, you know. Like, it's a pretty decent card. Or you can bring it against Owl out of mono white. This hand is phenomenal. This is a new type of curve I'm not used to seeing, honestly. Going Kumano into Tenacious Underdog into Fable. But I like it. I like it. I got used to Skrelv into Talia into Rafine lately. But I don't mind this curve either. Seems pretty crazy, honestly. Oh, well, that just, that works too. Yeah, and Fable's a little nice value engine on the second chapter with Tenacious Underdog and Transmogrant. You can get some value there, of course, by discarding those. All right. This game, I should have a chance, right? I might be playing a bad matchup, but okay, yeah, it's a good setup card, but it is pretty slow. Gotta be a little worried. Very, that's a word, right? It's like, means cautious, I think, about depopulate. That one would hurt. But I think I'm not beating that card, am I? I could just play Fable instead of Archfiend. Play a little bit around it. Then I'm not putting them under the gun, really. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Like, yeah, I think I just need a Fable. Like, the Archfiend, they only have used one removal. I guess they can't. Right now, they can't later on Armset. But if they just pass with Wandering Emperor up, the Archfiend is so bad against Wandering Emperor. You know, I just basically, if they pass with 4 mana there, I can't do nothing. I mean, I can't attack with the Archfiend, so I think I'll just go with a Fable for now. And then maybe I can play the Archfiend on a turn where we could force some blocks. And then it deals them immediate 2 damage. But again, we gotta be aware of that Kumano ability, which, yeah, makes the Archfiend a bit worse. In combat, at least. Okay, I mean, I really like this card, but it's slow. If you just play Restorations and only 1 removal... Damn, I mean, looking at this, I would have loved to just play a Demon last turn, I guess. Well. So is this, what is this? Eternal Wanderer? Looks like one. Now I look a bit stupid for not playing the Archfiend last turn. How do I win this game? I probably have to just play Fable and then hope to find some removal or something. If I play Archfiend, they're just going to kill it off, leave me with like a 2/2. And let's be honest, this board state is really good, so it kind of forces a sweeper. And I'd rather have them sweep the Goblin Shaman and play a Fable than have them sweep the Archfiend, so... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have Wanderer here. Yeah. This is really good for them. I mean, now I'm hoping to find a removal, honestly. Invoke Despair would be really good too. Kumano. Not so good. Ah, Kumano actually does kill the Wanderer. Interesting. 3 cards left. I could just play Kumano, kill the Wanderer, play Archfiend. That's the turn. Just draw 1 card. Seems decent, right? I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, we drew a land, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah. Do I play the land? I already played 3 Fables, right? Not sure. I mean, I do have Bloodtithe in my deck as well. But yeah, if they kill my Archfiend with a removal, I'm kinda... yeah, not looking great for me. The Architect is just such a nice way of stabilizing. But yeah, if they don't have a removal for the Archfiend, it's easy. We'll see. Attack. I mean, the card I'm thinking about is AGGRO. That could get me. If I block for the Archfiend, so do I just take it? Or do I double block for the etching at the reflection? I think I double block those. I mean, I could also make a Kiki army next turn. Alright, yeah, that's a different route of victory. Just making a Kiki army with my second Kiki. Okay, that works. Oh. Well, yeah. Glad I didn't block then. Huh. And my opponent threw away the game. They were not supposed to attack. If they don't attack, they go to 2. Because then the spirit doesn't die. Yeah, greedy attack. Literally life-costing attack. Okay, well, we got the removal. We got 4 removals for the restorations. Do I need more? I mean, it kind of brickwalled me that game. But now I basically only have good cards. I mean, Archfiend and Invoke are like, eh. Could cut an Archfiend, I guess. Play another removal spell. Now, when we're getting to that stage, it seems tough to even win. But I'll try this. I mean, Archfiend just seems so bad against my opponent. Maybe Sheoldred is even better because it deals some damage without attacking. Maybe Sheoldred is better, yeah. It shuts off Bankbuster a little bit. At least Sheoldred deals some damage when they have Wandering Emperor. This hand is weird. I'll try it, I guess. I mean, I have Kumano Ob Nixilis turn 3. No 2-drop for me. Oh, nothing, huh? I like that. I like that a lot. Kind of telling me that you have a removal heavy hand. Oh, do I attack or not? I think I do not attack, actually. I think it's not worth it because there's a knockout blow and a Ganjo to get me, and then I wouldn't have double Ob Nixilis. And both a Ganjo and knockout blow don't do shit against Ob Nixilis. Do I want to make a 1-1? I should plus these. The 1-1 is just gonna get killed. But it does mean they have to spend a removal. Yeah.
Go sow some chaos.
Okay, let's see. My sideboard Ob Nixilis can turn this otherwise bad matchup around. Yeah, alright. They're probably packing. If they're just pack. Oh, right, they can just do that. Kill the copy too is super nice against Invoke Despair. Ugh, hate it. They have another one. All right, well. Oh, that's always a good draw, isn't it? Well, they can sack the empty ossification to the first invoke, but we have 2 invokes. So there's that. Now I have plenty of... No, I'm never getting this Ob Nixilis back. Never ever getting this Ob Nixilis back. 2 cards in hand. I mean, my hand is kind of good. I think I'm going to keep it at this. And I'm just gonna... Yeah, just gonna cast Invoke here. This is a pretty embarrassing Invoke, of course. I just draw 1 card, kill a 1-1. and get rid of this, which doesn't do anything for me. So, but it sets up future invokes, and I mean, if they don't have the appropriate answers, we might be able to. Do I attack first and take the trade? Actually, should have thought about this last turn already. I can copy the devil to kill 1/1s theoretically. Let's see. Maybe a second vetting announcement anyways. I'm just gonna do spree combat. Okay, weird, interesting. Why would you, you wanted to deny me a draw? I'm not sure I agree with that line. I think you sack your Emperor to deny me a draw? That seems not worth it, honestly. Maybe they have a second one. Alright, looks like we're outgrinding with triple invoke here. Our opponent that doesn't have any card advantage sources. Don't mind if I do. Get me that Ob Nixilis back. You can sack a Mirex token, I guess. But I'm getting that Ob Nixilis.
I'm the new boss around.
And I'm gonna make it 1/1? Yeah, I think so.
You work for me
Play
now,
it safe.
Arne.
I don't want them to. I don't know. Yeah, just get my value. You know, like the plus. It's like 2 damage. Gain 2. Like now if they ossify, I would still have the devil, you know. Okay. Well, we beat the bad matchup. I mean, this deck keeps surprising me. They kind of threw away game 2, to be fair, by making that misplay. And this was a fortunate game for me. And I think if they had a Bank Buster in this game, you know, they would have drawn into more resources while I'm invoking them constantly, which Bank Buster sort of negates the invoke stuff because it just draws them into more permanents, more vettings, more planeswalkers, and then invoke isn't even that good. At least that was the case for our mono white mid-range list that we used a lot in testing. That we just made Invoke Despair totally embarrassing against us with Skrelv Scythes and stuff. But yeah, sometimes it's still a powerful effect, right? So if I can resolve 3 invokes against mono white and they don't have any other engines going on, like then that's gonna be good, of course. All right, we're on a draw with an excellent hand. 1, 2, 3. Can't complain about that one. What is this? Asparus Headquarters. This might be domain stuff. Okay, it's just well, you get your planes. We'll kill that. We're playing against mono white with blue, at the very least. Might just be a Traxa as well. So we're gonna go with Harvester here. Razorlash, not that good, of course. Although, I mean, they do have non-basics, so they have 4 non-basics. Oh, they have another non-basics. Maybe we'll get it back for cheap. Let's swing. Deserted Beach. All right. Really making sure to tell me that you're on blue-white. Interesting always to see people play duels before playing the planes, because, I mean, if you have lay down arms in your deck, that might be... You might want to have the planes in play before you play the Deserted Beach, so you can, you know, always kill everything. Anyways, you know what I mean. Gets rid of these, and also Furnace Punisher, to be fair. If my opponent would have played a planes there instead of the Desert Beach, I would have played a Furnace Punisher in my own turn. They would have not dealt themselves damage, but yeah. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Cut down and 4 mana up. Ooh, oh wow, I clicked decline. Come on. I was like ready to discard. Damn it. Ah. That sucks. Alright, luckily they don't seem to have Wandering Emperor. They take everything. Wow. Well, now I'm just gonna put them under the gun. Playing against probably another bad matchup here. White decks just seem pretty good against what I'm doing. So gotta get a little lucky and just throw everything at them. That's the plan, at least. Alright, so just attack before doing anything. Then play a cut down. I guess I could cycle away this land. I don't really need it. Maybe we find another removal. Nope. Okay. Take 5. Okay. So I already have plenty of power and toughness. I assume what's gonna happen here is that they play a Eternal Wanderer and minus, and then leave me with like a 2/2. Or if they have a depop, then. Alright, yeah. Tenacious Underdog, huh. Could just play both my creatures. Or I could haste deal, put them to 3. Which draws me a card, but leaves me. Then if they play any creature, they have to chump block, I guess. Probably a good idea, huh? And also, if I draw Invoke, I can kill them, maybe? I think this is better than deploying both my creatures. Forces my opponent to play in a certain way. Ah, that's a good one. Wow. That's also a good one. Which actually is lethal here over the course of 2 turns. If I sack the Citizen, sack the Vetting, and then I can Graveyard Trespasser the final damage. With, yeah, exiling a creature, the Tenacious Underdog. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Attack me. I need a counter for my Trespasser. Or some way of gaining life. So make disappear would do it. Alright, trigger. Target Tenacious Underdog. I got him! Whew, close. Whew, close. Yeah, if I would have played Trespasser and Tenacious Underdog instead of the Blitz that I did, I would never have put them on 6. They would have played Sanctuary Warden, make a 2/2. Would have had a hard time getting through that, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Nixilis comes in. Duress comes in. Cut Down comes out. Transmogrant. Did board him out last time, but here it's a bit better. But I mean, they still have 6 planes. Maybe they're not even playing a Truxa, so they're just playing blue duels to facilitate a blue splash. Let's put a Sheoldred in. And what else? Removal is the question, I guess. But the blue version usually has less creatures. Punisher is not gonna be good. Archfiend, yeah. Could like do this. I'm thinking about Transmogrant. Is Transmogrant better than Archfiend? It's just so poor against Vetting Announcement. Can't be good, right? Like, it's nice that it costs 2 mana and I can get it out early and curve out. But do rest their Vetting, play this on turn 2. I can win quickly, right? Which I think is the name of the game, honestly. I think the Archfiend, I mean, it's running into Depop, it's running into Wandering Emperor, it trades badly against Laydon and Ossification, it trades badly against everything, right? So Just gonna cut it. It's not for this matchup. Alright, this hand is good. This hand's very good. Maybe you want more Ob Nixilis. Maybe that's your best card in this matchup. I could see that. It's funny, huh? We're getting paired against late on arms decks. I mean, to be fair, this opponent didn't really do anything in the early game, so we could just deal a ton of damage. Destroy evil my Kumano. Okay. Ossification, late on arms. Yep. I keep on swinging. You got answers? I keep on swinging. And now with the Fable, it's gonna be difficult to 1-for-1 that. That's pretty good. Pretty good way of 1-for-1ing a Fable, actually. 3 cards left. Yeah, I'm gonna trade, I believe. Don't technically need the treasure that much right now, but it's always nice to have a treasure. Always nice. And what now? What now? Fable? 3 cards left. Just drop a Sheoldred. I mean, they already used 2 spot removals. I think it's time for Sheoldred to deal some damage. Okay, well now I play Transmogrant and sack it. They seem to have a counterspell. Maybe. Likely. Okay. The gate's still in the deck.
I don't need respect. Just
And this means I can attack, get the damage in. No Wandering Emperor. Nothing in their upkeep. Taking already 8 from Sheoldred. Alright, they drew a late on arms. Must have top decked that, right? Sarah program. So they have a Lauren in the graveyard. Plus Ob Nixilis, first things first. And then I guess we'll just trespass the Lauren away.
doing business with you.
That's a good one. But if I draw a 5th land, I'm going to be in real good shape.
Don't think you're some big hero.
Well. Now the question I have, do I exile my own Transmogrant for an extra damage? I think yes. I don't see this game coming down to that card mattering, and a point of life could certainly matter. Okay, alright, I mean, you have to tap your creature, so they won't be available to block to gain those 3 life points. Probably, this is lethal, right? Block here, take 3, I have Invoke. Yep, I got him. Discard. Draw. Invoke. Could have also attacked first, even if I wouldn't have drawn a land. This would have been it. GG! Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Here is the choice of today's video. RAKDOS aggro, really strong. Really strong. Yes, this is maybe just a new tier 1 deck that you have to prepare for, have to play. If you want to be winning tournaments, you either are picking this up yourself or you have a plan against it. Beating twice in a row late on arms decks showcases that even bad matchups are doable. And then the Grixis matchup is supposedly very good. We also beat it today. And I mean, looking at other decks in the format, the aggressive decks, you have 4 Cut Down, 4 Go for the Throat. Those are excellent. Yeah, and Archfiend of the Dross seems like an absolute nightmare for Soldiers and Toxic and all those decks, because lots of creatures die on their board and they just die as well. And imagine you get 2 of these out, turn 4, turn 5, boom, Archfiend. Yeah, and then against Esper Legends, a little bit of wild card, but you do have good cheap removal. I added those Obliterating Bolts as well. And if they don't kill the demon, then they're in trouble as well, of course. So this deck is really powerful, really strong, and it makes sense. Looking at all the cards, it just makes sense. Great build by Ansebrew. Again, hopefully I'm not butchering your name. And yeah, stop by and mention what you would have sideboarded differently. Would have loved to know and hear about that if you're in chat in the comments. Yeah, anyways, shout out to you for building this deck. Great job. And with that being said, let's wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. Can't hurt. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.